gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? When you were 8 and you had bad traits, you go to school.
That's a BMW, I think. Oh no, it is a Mercedes. Yeah. So it's headed south then. On microwave Jack, he's just jumping on the 5. So the police ship is just keeping tabs on him. He's not staying in pursuit or anything. More like a surveillance deal. Yeah, I thought the car earlier was like a darker gray. This is more of like a blue, but this is who they're following. It is a Mercedes. And it was driving recklessly on surface streets in downtown. An hour 15 left. 75 minutes left.
It's like a family tree, part of you and part of me. And if we should separate, go your own way.
Letting it go. Okay. Hey Jack, the police ship is letting it go. So it's just us now. Do you want us to go home too?
Bring the funk back.
Hold on. So they're saying it is the same car from the pursuit from earlier. But sheriff's helicopter's coming in, so we can stay on it. Oh gosh. Sheriff's helicopters coming this way. It's stolen. The owner of the vehicle is in the car. That's how they know where it's at. And he does have a gun. Berkeley, I think. Boha. Boha? Like a hairstyle boha?
Nothing ever stays the same. Once you let it change. It's like a family tree. Part of you and part of me. And if we should separate, go your own way.
So Jack, the sheriff ship is on it.
Bring the funk back.
So what the sheriff's helicopter is trying to figure out is if anyone wants this, because we're in LAPD's jurisdiction. So if LAPD says they don't want to chase, then they pretty much got no reason to be here. I mean, he's obviously driving recklessly on surface streets through the area. So if you wanted to go online with it, we could just say, this guy's just driving crazy. So kind of more as a safety issue. Number 4, alongside my pilot James Pollard. And what we're following here is a stolen car. It's a blue Mercedes. And it may actually be familiar to some of you because this car was involved in a pursuit about an hour ago, maybe a little bit more. It was the LAPD's, I want to say it was the Southwest Division of the LAPD that was in pursuit of this guy. He's also believed to be armed, which is the scarier part of it all. And the pursuit made its way all the way down to Watts. That is where police essentially let it go because the owner of the car is able to track it. So he or she knows exactly where the car is. They've been able to notify police, and they're back on it now. We've got a sheriff's ship overhead. No units behind the vehicle, though. This guy has been driving so erratically. He really has no pattern to his driving other than just simply reckless. He's running red lights, running stop signs. He's stopping from time to time to speak with bystanders. And at this point, appears he's the only person in the vehicle. And right now the car is right behind us, Jim, at about our 4 o'clock. So the car is now out your side. So there's no units behind it. It makes it a little bit more difficult to follow, of course. But you do have a sheriff's helicopter overhead. These streets that he's on are, of course, surface streets. He was on the freeway, though, for a while, but exited off of the 2 freeway at Glendale and has been on surface streets ever since. There's some pedestrians coming up here, so hopefully he stops for them. He's been good about that, at least clearing intersections so that he hasn't been involved in any sort of collision. But there have been a number of close calls. Dennis, go ahead. Yeah, so you just ran that red. Okay, thank you, Jay. Okay. So he's at an intersection here. So at this point, believed to be the only person in the car. I did see him a couple times, like a young man. There were points during the pursuit where he was also sticking his hand out of the top of the vehicle there, and at times he also lowered the driver's side window, so we haven't been able to see him. Unclear if he's under the influence in any way because he is rather erratic the times that we have seen him. But now coming to a full stop here, he's got the red. We're at Commonwealth and 6th Street. We're right next to the cars are parked. There's a glass building. I'll wait here for just a moment, but I'll widen out to the top of the other side. Popped out the other side. Sure enough, he did. And I know he's been behind this guy because he's been driving so erratic. But you do have a sheriff's helicopter overhead. I just made that turn onto Wilshire, but gonna make a random U-turn here to go back the way he came. Okay, there we go. So back on Wilshire Boulevard again. This is a stolen car. It's a newer Mercedes, navy blue in color, darkly tinted windows, and the man is believed to be armed. It's unclear if the vehicle was taken during the course of a carjacking using that gun, or if he was able to steal the vehicle by other means. But regardless, the owner is actually able to track the car, so that is how police were able to get back on it, in spite of the fact that initially they had let the vehicle go because of the reckless driving. And I just lost it here at this intersection. I think that might be him waiting. Let's see. Is it? Yeah, it is, right? Okay, yeah, it is. Okay. There he is. Yeah, we lost him momentarily behind that building, but my pilot Jim still had a good eye on him. Continuing here on Wilshire Boulevard. pursuit about an hour ago or so. Police actually let him go because he was driving so recklessly. And since then, they have picked the vehicle back up. We picked it up near City Hall in downtown Los Angeles. Chisholm out here next to the Windsor building. Just next to that trash bin and this building under construction. 7th and Brenda. And once again, it's the LA County Sheriff's helicopter that is overhead. But prior to that, it was the LAPD airship that was overhead. That's when we first picked it up in the downtown LA area near City Hall. And we followed it for quite a bit on Clifford Street before we started streaming. And now we find ourselves here at 7th and New Hampshire, not far from MacArthur Park.
You know how nothing ever stays the same. Once you let it change. It's like a family tree. Part of you and part of me. And if we should separate, go your own way. I won't wait.
And he's gonna try to run the red with all of this cross traffic. I guess he decided against that, making the turn instead to go southbound Vermont.
Bring the funk back.
Making another turn here, Vermont at Leeward Avenue. Little bit. We have seen him slow down to talk to pedestrians. Stolen car, if police run the plate, this car doesn't have plates, but if they did, it's just going to bring them back to the registered owner in this case. That's not the person behind the wheel, so it's really difficult for them to know who is driving, what their destination could possibly be. But what they know is that there's a man who's driving, he's presumably alone, and he is armed with a gun. At one point, the police airship said that they saw him stuffing it under the seat. And that was at around 7:30. So we've been on this now for the last 40 minutes. But again, this is a pursuit that actually started a couple hours ago. Police let it go for a bit because it was driving recklessly. And they knew they could track the car later on because it does have a tracker on it. That's how the owner was able to keep tabs on it and notify police once it got to the downtown LA area where the LAPD airship picked it up. And then the sheriff picked it up after that. And I know I'm getting some questions here on social media. Is this the same car from earlier? What police have told us is that it is, in fact, the same car from earlier. You'll remember that chase. I think it was LAPD South West. Stolen car. The pursuit made its way into South Los Angeles and eventually ended up in the Watts area where essentially police let it go because he was driving so recklessly. But again, the car had a tracker, which is how they knew, hey, we can let this guy go now, we'll try to get him later. And that's exactly what they're trying to do now. Police airship still overhead, following him here on Hoover and Allen. So, how often does this happen that the police let a car go and then they pick them up in another pursuit that same day? Well, I can't say that I've ever done it, but I know that there was one pursuit that I can think of that was in the Silmar area, that it was a pursuit one day, police let it go, and then the next day they picked it up in that same area, and then another pursuit ensued and eventually took that man into custody. So it does happen. In this case, it was just a matter of hours. And we find ourselves now here at Hoover and Alvarado, so we're still in the area of MacArthur Park. A little bit south of there. Headed in the direction of the 10 freeway, so we'll see if he does pick up the 10. When we picked up the chase the second time around, he did get on the northbound 5 to the 2, and we followed him till he exited the 2 at Glendale Boulevard, and he's been on surface streets ever since. He's now on Venice Boulevard, headed west. So, away from the 10 freeway if it was his intention to get on the freeway at all. Kind of picking up speed here, though. And now making a southbound turn onto Menlo Avenue from Venice. Busy area with lots of apartments. Around 5:30 that initial pursuit took place, and ended up in the Watts area was where it was last seen. And from that point, we actually ended up going to an entirely different pursuit that took us all the way into Santa Clarita. And after that, we went to Inglewood, or the Hyde Park area, where there is what is believed to be a double shooting at a car wash near Hyde Park and West. Following that was when we were able to get back on this pursuit. So it was a good 2 hours between the time of the first pursuit began and the second one. So essentially 5:30 and 7:30. And now he just crossed over the 10 freeway. That was the freeway that we just saw. And he's southbound on Vermont Avenue. Is if he has any gas left, because it's unclear how much gas he's had when he took the car, how long he's been in the car, and of course there was that gap of at least an hour or 2 hours between the time that he was being chased initially and then the second time around, so it would have given him plenty of time to fuel up if that was an issue at the time. So the color is constantly changing on me. He's out of the vehicle and he's running. So he is running into a property here, this tan-colored house. The airship's overhead. You see the night sun there. He just ran between these two homes. So the night sun is basically our best indicator of where he is. Happened saw that there was somebody out in the front watering their yard. And it looks like this may be some sort of apartment complex. There's another man there in the back. That is not the person who ran out of the vehicle. Police vehicle just pulled up to the front. Thank you. My pilot Jim can see that out of his side, so letting me know that. Officers are going to pull up. They're going to have their guns drawn because they believe that this man was armed. He could have very well left the gun in the car, but out of an abundance of caution, they need to treat him as if he is an armed individual. And again, we last saw him between these two buildings.
You'll see the difference now. If we change it, you'll know how. Nothing ever stays the same. Once you let it change. It's like a family tree. Part of you and part of me. And if we should separate, go your own way, I won't wait.
Bring the funk back.
It was such a long chase, we have a lot of
Bring the funk back.